What is up, YouTube? What is up, Giants fans? It is your boy Jay Downs, and we are back at it with another New York Giants video. Back at it with another New York Giants banger. And before we get to this one, if you've not done so yet, make sure you like, make sure you comment, and make sure that subscribe button if you love Giants football and if you love Giants content. I also want to say thank you to everyone who's been subscribing. We finally hit 1,000 subscribers, and I am just very excited for this year's season. I'm excited to talk Giants football with you guys. So I just want to say thank you. And let's talk about DanielJones. Let's talk about DanielJones. First, I want to say, I think DanielJones has the best opportunity he's ever had throughout his whole career as a Giant to succeed. We're looking at the play calls that he has. It's a big upgrade. It's a big upgrade from Joe Judge and Jason Garrett to Brian Dable and Mike Kafka, in my opinion. Those are huge upgrades when we look at what those two guys did in their past regimes with the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. When I look at that, play calling is a plus. It's definitely an upgrade. Offensive line. The offensive line. We're looking at Andrew Thomas in his third year after having an awesome sophomore season after a bad rookie season. I'm excited for him. I'm excited for him to have that Pro Bowl type of year this year. We're looking at the right tackle, Neal out of Alabama. The monster, 6'7", 330-something pounds out of Alabama, took with the 7th overall pick. I'm excited for the tackles that the Giants have around DanielJones. Mark Lewinsky in at right guard is a veteran. John Feliciano doesn't have much center experience, but I think he has that experience in the Dable scheme that would be a plus. Also, and you look at the weapons, they did go out and get Wan'Dale Robinson, second-round draft pick out of Kentucky. Kenny Golladay is going to be in his second year as a New York Giant. Had a bad first stint as a New York Giants last year, but who had an amazing year in that offense last year? That's one thing we had to ask ourselves. Who had an awesome season outside of Andrew Thomas in that offense last year? I think he's going to be primed for a bounce back, a little bounce back year. Kadarius Toney, if he can stay on the field, dealt with some injuries as a rookie, that's a big question overall about the weapons of the New York Giants for DanielJones. You saw what he did when he had the ball in his hand. You saw the Saints game, you saw the Cowboys game, and you saw that first drive versus the Los Angeles Rams. He is a dynamic playmaker at the wide receiver position. Saquon Barkley is going to be 1 year, 1 season off of that ACL season after torn the ACL back in 2020. So look at the weapons. The Giants have a pretty decent weaponry around DanielJones. The offensive line is better. The play calling should be better. When we look at that, he probably has the best opportunity to be that quarterback for the Giants that he's probably ever had throughout his whole career. And one other thing is, Brian Dable is going to let DanielJones push the ball down the field. He's going to let him be aggressive. And that is what you have to do in this league. It's a passing league. If you can't pass the football unless you are the Tennessee Titans with Derrick Henry, which not every team has that type of scheme, that type of playmaker in Derrick Henry on their team, you got to pass that ball. You got to put up some points. And DanielJones has to throw the football in order to do that. If you want to see what Kenny Golladay has, you got to throw the ball to him. You have to use these weapons that you have. And that's one thing that Joe Judge and Jason Garrett didn't do. They took guys, they signed guys, but they didn't scheme up those guys to be successful in their schemes. They didn't do it. They did not do it. They drafted Kadarius Toney. He's not even starting week 1. He's not even getting no touches in week 2 versus Washington, which is what he had came out and said back in week 2 last year. Kenny Golladay, we saw him on the sideline arguing with Jason Garrett because he wasn't getting no targets. You have to use these weapons, and I feel like Brian Dable is the guy that, or Mike Kafka, we still don't know what the play calling, who's going to be actually the day 1 play caller, but those two guys, I feel like they are going to be able to use these guys to the best of their ability. And with DanielJones having that opportunity to throw the ball to these boys, I'm excited. I'm excited. Now, what does he have to do to show that he is that franchise guy? First, the turnovers. In my opinion, I don't think the fumbles is a real big issue as much as it was in his rookie year. You know what I'm saying? You look at the numbers, the fumbles kind of going down a little bit, and I feel like with better offensive line play, the fumbles will not be a big issue this year. He's never been a guy that throws a lot of interceptions. Like the highest interception total he's had is, I think, 12, and that was as a rookie. So the interceptions and the fumbles for me is not a real issue. It's really the injuries, and can he be consistent? Like I said, he was he was playing above average quarterback play week 1, week 3. Then you look at the rest of the season, he wasn't really playing up to that level. Injuries, play calling could be, you know what I'm saying, a reason for that. But in my opinion, he has to be more consistent. If he's going to play good 1 week, can I get that for, you know, the next 8 weeks? That's what you have to be in the NFL if you want to be the franchise quarterback of a franchise. Has to be consistent. If you look at all the other quarterbacks with Patrick Mahomes, you look at Justin Herbert, you look at Lamar Jackson, those guys are consistently making plays for their team. I need to see that out of Daniel Jones. Injuries. Daniel Jones also has to stay healthy. He has to stay healthy. Last year, didn't finish the season with that neck injury. The year before that, near the middle of the season, he had the hamstring injury. Then the year before that, in his rookie season, he had injured his ankle or his knee versus the Green Bay Packers. He has to stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? The Giants did go out and sign Tyrod Taylor to be the backup quarterback for them. I don't think he's gonna be the starter. I think Daniel Jones will be the starter. But you gotta stay healthy. You have to stay healthy. You gotta stay on the field if you want to be that franchise guy, because you're not gonna be able to make plays on the bench. You can't make plays on the bench in a boot or on crutches or with a freaking headset over your head. You can't make plays that way. You can't make plays. So those are some of the things that Daniel Jones has to work on this year. Those are some of the things that he has to get better at injury-wise. You know what I'm saying? The turnovers. Let's dumb those things down. And I feel like Brian Daboll and Mike Kafka are going to give Daniel Jones the best opportunity to be Danny Dimes. And that's all I can ask for. Let Danny dime. Last year, we wasn't letting Danny dime. We was letting him Danny Pennies. That's what Daniel Jones was. Daniel Pennies last year. And I feel like this is the year where he can actually prove if he's that guy. I feel like this is the time we're going to get our answer. Last year, we wanted to see if he was the guy. We went out, got Kenny Galladay. You know what I'm saying? We still didn't get our answer. I feel like this year, with the mindset that Brian Daboll trying to give Daniel Jones as being aggressive, being a down-the-field thrower, we're going to know if he's our quarterback or not of the future. We're going to know. After 2020, I can guarantee you guys, we will know if Daniel Jones is the guy or not. All right? And that's what's going to do it. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, hit the subscribe button. And until then, it's been your boy Jay Dons, and we are out. Peace. Go Giants.